مرحبا.
خوش آمدی.
نكون نعمل تاتشو.
هادي أبو خوش آمدید कहता है.
The aim of the project is to give young people the opportunity to ask questions of WA politicians, government officials and community leaders of what Harmony Weeks means to them, and also about the important issues young people from cult backgrounds face in WA. It was an idea that came about to give young people the access of making and creating relationships with WA leaders.
Hi, my name is Faizel Nabi. I am from Afghanistan. I moved to Australia with my family in 2006. I am studying laboratory medicine at Curtin University. It's my second year. It's something I'm very passionate about and looking forward to finishing the degree. I'm also passionate about having equal rights for every single individual within Australia and yeah, just helping one another out. What I'm really excited about is that Colin has been working with young people and children for over 4 decades, and I think to see his perspective on how the young people should have their rights in the manner they should receive it, it's really exciting. So I'd love to hear his side of the story. My name is Faizel, and today I'll be interviewing you. It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. I'm Colin Pettit and I'm the Commissioner for Children and Young People here in Western Australia.
What does Harmony Week mean to you?
Harmony Week is an opportunity for us to really celebrate Multicultural Week. So that's a great thing for our community. But for me as a Commissioner, I think it's a great opportunity to say we've got some fantastic young people who come from all walks of life and we should celebrate that.
Your office has done some work around making the voice of refugee, young migrants and young people heard. What do you think other organisations can do to make sure their work is centred around the experiences of young people?
I think we all have a role to play here, and certainly the work we did, we captured some peer leaders and trained them and empowered them to actually go out into their communities, and what we found is using their own voice within their communities was a really powerful message. So I think other organisations should look at how can we use the expertise that's already across our community within our young people in cold communities to make a difference.
Hi, I'm Nabi and I'm 20 years old. I came from Ethiopia. I've been here in Australia for about 2 years. I am very passionate about young people and especially from cult background. Currently, I'm volunteering for City of Coburn. I will be interviewing Tony Kristovich, Shadow Minister for Citizenship and Multicultural Interests. And also, I'll be interviewing Faizel Nabi. She's a manager for inclusion and diversity at UWA. This is going to be really interesting and I hope you enjoy it. Let's do it.
My name is Tony Kristovich. I am the Shadow Minister for Local Government, Heritage, Culture and the Arts, Citizenship and Multicultural Interests.
What does Harmony Week mean to you?
Well, Harmony Week is obviously a very special occasion and an opportunity during that period for us to reflect on Western Australia, its people and how far we've come.
We face unique challenge with being accepted and with our sense of belonging. How can the wider Australian community support with the breaking of those barriers?
So I think it's just important for us to reflect on the fact that it is difficult for people when they first come to this country and that it's going to take time for them to settle in and that we need to make sure that we're patient. We understand that everyone has unique circumstances, they need support, and that we give them that support, we give them that understanding, but we also accept and embrace people.
name is Faizel Nabi. I am a global diversity and inclusion strategist. I'm a mom of two amazing young men. So I guess that's how I would introduce myself.
So, what does Harmony Week mean to you?
Harmony Week for me is the 1 week where, as communities, we get to celebrate the diversity that's within our communities and our society, where there's such a spotlight on people, on diversity.
Yeah.
So you almost feel like this is my 1 week to kind of shine. And I wish that we could take that and cultivate that kind of atmosphere for the whole year.
Young people from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds often feel there are barriers within their own communities that challenge their active participation in decision making. What do you think CALD communities need to realize about youth participation and engagement?
I think for the older CALD community, we have to empower young people. And we don't have a lot of that. So that is where I would challenge the CALD community to say, you know what, we have to empower you young people. We have to give you the opportunity. We have to allow you to be able to share your views and opinions. That is how we empower. And that is how we sort of integrate the culture that you're being raised in and our culture. And I think there's space for the two of them to coexist.
What are you most looking forward to this year's Harmony Week?
When people are participating in events, wherever they're from, let it not be just, oh, it's Harmony Week again. I'm going to go. I'm going to eat some amazing food. I'm going to be entertained. Take a time to talk to somebody, develop a friendship with a person who's from a different culture to you, and see how that will change your views.
Awesome.
My name is Martha. I come from Indonesia and now I'm studying graphic design. The things that I love after moving to Western Australia 3 years ago is how diverse city the community in here. The things that I'm passionate about is art and traditional dance, because at the moment I'm doing my Indonesian traditional dance because I love to share my culture. I'm really excited for this interview. I'm gonna interview Kim Elwood as the Executive Director of Office of Multicultural Interests. So I'm really excited to hear what she thinks about Harmony Week and what she hopes about our diversity in Western Australia.
So my name is Kim Elwood. I'm the Acting Executive Director at Office of Multicultural Interests, and we're part of the Department of Local Government Support in Cultural Industries.
What does Harmony Week mean to you?
Harmony Week means to me, it's about a celebration of multiculturalism, and it's about celebrating the diversity. And WA likes to celebrate the whole week, and we like to call it the Harmony Week, and it's all about embracing different cultures and the differences and the excitements that it brings to Western Australia.
We know that refugee and migrant young people, especially, the expression of their cultural identity can be particularly difficult, especially when they face a unique challenge with being accepted and their sense of belonging, of course. So the question is, where do you see example of young people breaking barriers to overcome this challenge?
Young people are so resilient, and they've come in, they've either arrived in Australia as a refugee or a migrant, or they were born here and their parents may well be. So young people have just driven the way forward. I mean, a great example is you guys in the project you guys do at MYAN WA, so the Multicultural Youth Advisory Network. You're just out there doing things, and that's what we love to see.
So I'm looking forward to hearing another story, another answer, and another ideas from the Councillor City of Perth, Lily Chen.
My name is Lily Chang, and I'm the councillor of the City of Perth.
What does the Harmony Week means to you?
Harmony Week is a reflection of this country, because this is a country of multiculturalism, and also people, they get together from different cultural backgrounds to celebrate the unity.
What do you think, how the
called communities need to realize about youth engagement and contribution.
You can have a dialogue, you know, you can have a collective dialogue. You need to go to talk to the seniors, the leaders of the seniors in their community, and then say, look, we are willing to come to you guys to have the dialogue, the communication, and then to talk to each other.
Hello, my name is Lutfullah Ahmadi. I'm an undergraduate student at the University of Western Australia, and I'm really passionate about social issues and being involved in making change in the communities I'm part of. I'll be interviewing Dr. John Bine, the Acting Commissioner for Equal Opportunities. I'm excited to find out what Dr. John Bine, based on his experiences, thinks of Harmony Week and how he likes to celebrate it.
Thank you, Lutfullah. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Could you please touch a little bit on what Harmony Week means for you?
Harmony Week is a celebration of diversity of all the cultures in our society. It's really an opportunity to listen to and learn and show respect for all cultures and all people.
And how can the wider Australian community support with the breaking of these barriers?
My perception is most people in society welcome multiculturalism, welcome people with disabilities. And culture society is changing, so that is more and more the commonplace, the norm thing. Sadly though, there are some people who have not accepted that, some bigoted people. That is very unfortunate. I think the best way of dealing with that is to call them out when you see behaviour that's inappropriate. Tell them that's not on. I think that is an important part of dealing with that situation.
Hi, my name is Sadeqa Sarvari and I am originally from Afghanistan. I am studying occupational therapy and I'm really excited about this project. I love that I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and doing something that I've never done before. I'm really excited but nervous about my interview with Minister Tinley, and I just wanted to see how engaged he is with the CULD community and CULD youth. So fingers crossed everything goes well.
My name's Peter Tinley. I'm the Minister for Housing, Veterans Issues and Youth.
So what does Harmony Week mean to you?
Harmony Week is very important to me because I think it talks about us as a nation and how we see ourselves. So I think having a dedicated period of time that just allows us to pause and reflect on who we want to be as a people and who we are as a people. And I think that's very important.
How do you think the wider Australian community can support young people from the culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds to express their culture and feel included?
I think what's really important here is nobody feels embarrassed about their identity. But from both sides, I think it's just get involved. More people from any sort of background want to be included in something going on in our community, the better it is for everyone.
The more aware, I think, culturally aware, like other people actually become as well.
That's right.
This week, I'm also interviewing Sean Nannup, who is an Aboriginal leader of the community, and I'm really excited because I loved his opening at the Catalyst Youth Summit, and I'm so happy to be meeting him again and actually having a one-on-one conversation with him.
My name's Sean Nannup, and I do a lot of cultural and mainstream healing within our community.
As an Aboriginal leader, what does Harmony Week mean to you?
Well, it's another opportunity for us to do what we know is humanity, about nurturing and caring for one another. And, any opportunity for us to sit around and enjoy one another's company around food and music and art and all those wonderful things that every culture, I believe, has gifts around. And, it's just, the diversity is fantastic.
How do you celebrate Harmony Week with your family or friends?
Yeah, well, this is a good question. For me, I do it just about every day. Being connected and being around people on for all different occasions, it just seems quite part of my weekly events.
How can the wider Australian community support with helping young people from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds feel included?
Start loving themselves. The more they love themselves, the quicker the answers come to connect and love and nurture others.
Hello, my name is Pauline Chiwawa. I was born in Zimbabwe and raised in Australia. I'm currently an engineering and finance student at UWA and I work for a civil construction company. Sustainable technology, empowerment are the main things that I'm really passionate about. I'll be interviewing Minister Pahlavi and he holds the portfolio for multicultural interests. I value the opportunity to sit down with the minister and really talk to them, I suppose, and sort of to have my voice heard and to also hear them out as well, and to sort of have that communication I think is really key in terms of development. So I appreciate that dialogue and yeah, I'm just excited. Hi, it's lovely to meet you. Really excited to be having this interview with you today. What does Harmony Week mean to you?
I think it's a great opportunity to remember the benefits that we get from a diverse community and the strengths that we derive from that and celebrate it.
Yeah, multicultural people, coloured youth can have a great contribution to our state here in Western Australia. There is a sense, I guess, of exclusion from participation economically, from the social life here in Western Australia, in politics as well. What are some key strategies that the current government is sort of taking to increase participation of coloured youth in those areas?
The government sees our diversity in our own community as an asset and a benefit and an opportunity. And one of the things that we've done, because I'm a small business as well, is we have a small business development corporation, and we've put them together with the Office of Multicultural Interests and asked that some of their programs that were already out there, where they provide advice to people looking to go into small business and establish themselves in small business, we've asked that they tailor it more to new arrivals, to migrants, and provide the same sort of advice and support they currently provide to the wider community, to target it a little towards multicultural and particularly newly arrived migrants. And also we've used the Office of Multicultural Interests to reach into the communities to seek out those people who might need those services and ensure that they get along to the programs, which are free.
My name is Hadi Rahimi and I study Bachelor of Social Work in Curtin University. I'm passionate in working for CALD communities. At the moment I'm involved with students from CALD backgrounds, and I'm also involved with delivering of outreach programs with various organizations. I'm excited to interview Linda Crumblin, the State Director of Australian Red Cross. I am excited to find the projects that are happening in Australian Red Cross for CALD communities and CALD young people. What does Harmony Week mean to you?
Look, I think it's just a wonderful opportunity to celebrate the wealth of culture that we have in Australia and here in WA, and in particular here in Red Cross.
As a leading organisation that works with young people from refugee and asylum seeker sectors, can you tell us what you see as the biggest challenge this group face when settling in Australia, and what do you think would make their settlement journey easier?
I think we all have a part to play here. So I think we have to challenge negative stereotyping. I think we have to wear our brave hats, and actually when we hear it out in the street, we actually challenge and don't just accept it. So I think we all have a part to play on that. I think we have to challenge the media on the stereotyping that's there, but I think we have to work on the next generation. And for me, it's actually allowing children to be children and mix with each other. And I think we do need to acknowledge the young people who have actually made a huge contribution.
I'm excited to interview Vic Jayakumar, the CEO of Kia Community Services and a board member for Youth Affairs Council of Western Australia.
I'm Vic Jayakumar. I'm the CEO of Kia Community Services and also a board member at YACWA.
What does Harmony Week mean to you?
For me, it is a sign of development. It is a sign of respecting and embracing one another's goods and bads, an opportunity to learn.
Young people have told us that they find negative media representation of refugee and young people difficult. What work do you think we need to do as a community to address this?
That's a really tough question, because I tend to feel the more often we give energy to negative media, the greater effect and impact they have on us. What I really do like is some of the work that you guys are doing and others around providing positive news stories of what is normal. You know, celebration of culture is not abnormal. Celebration of culture is very normal. And when you do notice people who've come through from various hardships, you know, what could be normal to us could be a massive achievement to others. And so we need to celebrate that everyday normal person.
Hey guys, my name is Vanessa. I am from Afghanistan originally. I was born there and I moved here when I was 7. I'm a student at Curtin University. I do international relations and journalism. I have a great interest in advocating on issues that matter to myself and my peers. I'll be interviewing Matthew Beale. He was the WA Young Person of the Year for 2017. I'm pretty excited, I guess, to get input on a young person who, you know, has done so much already, and who's doing so many great things with the young people he works with. It's more the conversation I'm looking forward to.
I'm Matt Bill. I'm from Midland. I'm a community worker, social worker, and now WA Young Person of the Year.
As an Aboriginal young leader, what does Harmony Week mean to you?
I think it just means coming together and celebrating different cultures and everyone's walk of life, I suppose.
We know that discrimination in schools and workplaces is a very real experience for young people from refugee and migrant backgrounds. What do you think schools and employers can do to counter this?
Just really outline the importance of personal identity, I feel, and weeks like Harmony Week are really helpful. It's just including everyone and making everyone feel like they're a part of Australia.
Okay, lit. So.
Harmony Week, I am absolutely lit. And I am going to.
I've got no chance.
Yeah. Bruh.
Oh, that's just a friend.
That's a friend? Oh, that's good. How about squad?
That's a bunch of your friends.
Yeah.
Did I beat Tinley?
Yeah.
This is my latest one.
That's your latest one?
That's my latest one.
I'm trying to count.
You should be on the That's doing that.
I'm like pressing and holding. That's it.
This is how you say how are you in my language. Chitor, Asti.
She said that again, sorry. Yeah.
So, Tor, Asti.
Asti. Tor, Asti.
Yeah, Asti. Very good.
Run.
Oh.